in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. Push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here we go.
In motion comes the tight end left. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Finding room at midfield. Big strides. Look at him go. Inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Brady. This will be caught by Brown. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 30 on second down, Brady. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Brady to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play, won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now on 2nd and 13, Brady. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up forward.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better. This was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted winds up falling incomplete.
They approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up. They're trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get the momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A quick throw here out to Brown. And some space here. Touchdown! Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Lorenzo Carter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Brady. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. To throw is Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Johnson. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be Falcon football.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A solid stiff arm. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Now Brady. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Powering forward, and he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 4. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They'll look to throw again. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Brady again. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Brady now on first down. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll send Brown in motion right. On 2nd down, it's touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 18 more yards there and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's thrown underneath to Algier. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Okay, ready? Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. first and 10. Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just...
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Hey, Bolt 66. Hey, Alabama.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. Sly able to put this one through. Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record. But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the post. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced him to stay. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
To the right side, this is Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonathan Taylor with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And a lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Get in the end zone, fella.
Shotgun now for Brady. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 56. Regular.
Now Brady. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And some room to run now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point,
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give for Taylor, running right side. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running straight ahead, Taylor down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's Brady to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hey,
of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Commanders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Taylor. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Washington on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
50.
On the draw is Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. the gun. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely fourth down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try to get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On the counter, it's Taylor. He'll take this to the 46. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned.